you're new to septic systems, it's like your sewer that you've got in town, except for it does its own processing. Was Grand Central Station around here this morning. I hear another truck coming in.
Mount's running out hard on that one.
So that's how septic systems are designed, and you've got to get a health department inspection. They come in and they do soil samples and test to make sure your soil is right. He ain't messing around, is he? Dude. Hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peak. My name's Lucas. We're sharing our hobbies on 38 acres in eastern Kentucky, and we are out here bright and early this morning because we're putting in a septic tank. JD called me last night and said, listen, our only chance to get this septic tank in before the rain that comes on Sunday is 6 a.m. They said they could have it here by 7, so we came up here last night in the dark and marked out where the tank was going to go. And the boys showed up at 6 a.m., started digging. I was a little bit late because I had some things I had to take care of. And by the time I got up here, man, they had the whole dug. It was like 6:15, 6:20. I come rolling in, they've already got her dug, man. So they've got the transit out, setting the grade now, and they're real close to where it needs to be. That tank ought to be rolling in about a half an hour, so looks like we're gonna make it. I can tell you one thing, the old headlights on the Bighorn come in handy this morning. He's got a dandy set of headlights on it. We pulled it over here to have a little bit more light to work under. But I think we're about ready for the truck. There's the tank. Progress. So we got the tank set in there. We got to fill it with water, that way it don't rise up out of the hole when it rains Sunday. Yeah, boy, they got the setup, that crane on the back of that thing, man. He just does whatever he wants with it, moves it right in there, drops it right down in the hole. Pretty cool to watch. Shoot, yeah, I like it. Go right ahead. may seem silly, but I'm telling you what, I love the smell of fresh dirt. Machines out digging, it's a good time. I could run equipment. I mean, if I could run equipment, I could do that for a job. Not gonna lie, it is plumb nippy this morning. It's 40 degrees, and man, I'm telling you, the funny thing is I'm still dealing with heat rash from the other day working out in the sun, and then this morning it's 40. I ain't ready for this. Let's fill this tank up. Was Grand Central Station around here this morning. I hear another truck coming in. Looks like a load of rock. That'll be for the septic drain fields, I guess. So, yeah, man, this all happens fast. That's the way it goes, man. You work, and it seems like setting up stuff like this, you're not sure when it's gonna happen, and then all of a sudden it's here and it's done. Working on the roof, you set deadlines for yourself, try to hit everything, and then everything gets a little bit disrupted. You gotta drop it all when it's time to get to guys and get to work. But man, just a few days, have water line and septic knocked out. It's awesome. It was a whirlwind couple hours this morning. They got in here, got the hole dug, and now we got a septic tank filling with water. They got the distribution box set down in there and leveled up, and I think that's where they're gonna have to stop for today. Or not. I went down to the house for a couple of hours to do some other work, and when I came back up, they had a lot of the septic leach field already dug. Going old school today because the skid loaders broke down on them. Now, if you're new to septic systems, it's like your sewer that you've got in town, except for it does its own processing by having the water that would go into the tank leach its way out through these lines that are all set level, and it spreads the water out to where it can soak in the ground evenly through all of these rocks, and then over time, as it filters through the ground and the dirt and all, it filters itself out and makes it safe to be in the environment again. So that's how septic systems are designed, and you've got to get a health department inspection. They come in and they do soil samples and test to make sure your soil is right for it to be able to leach your septic water and not have standing water or black water or anything like that. And then they will come back after you get your permit and they'll inspect it and make sure that you put the right number of feet of leach lines and the right amount of gravel, and that you've got a proper septic tank that's been inspected by the state of Kentucky and all that. So it's all kind of a process that's in place to make sure that you're not doing things to harm the environment. So it all works. It's pretty cool. also have different footage requirements for your leach lines depending on how many bedrooms, how many people the house is going to serve. So like for instance, in certain places, certain types of soil, if you got a 3-bedroom house, you need like 240 feet of septic field in order for it to handle that amount of septic water that's going to be coming out. So you've got a distribution box up there that makes sure that the same amount of water goes to all 3 of the lines. And what we'll have here are 3 separate lines that run out through here level, and they'll all be just like this one right here that they're laying with the gravel surrounding the pipe. Then when they cover it over, you never know anything's going on underneath the ground. What's Shane up to? What's Shane up to?
He's on honeymoon.
Oh, all right. Well, that's cool.
1-year anniversary.
Nice. That's good. So they got the transit out here. That way he can dig and make sure everything's good and level. I want to show you kind of the next phase of this. Once they get the gravel all in, they cover it all with straw. And the reason they cover it with straw is so the dirt doesn't filter down in between all the rocks and close it all up. That way there's room for, basically the rocks can be completely full of water and sit there and hold it until it dries out enough that it can seep in on into the ground. So this is what it looks like. So you got your septic tank here, you got your distribution box over there. One pipe comes out of the tank into that distribution box that sits level. It's got 3 outlets on it, so it'll feed each one of these pipes that feeds each one of these lines full of gravel, covered with straw, and then dirt back over the top of it. So we'll have a nice little leach bed here that should serve our family well for a long time. It's looking good. Okay, now this is something I've never seen before, but it actually is a good thing. We have rain coming on Sunday, and we were afraid we wouldn't be able to get a truck up and in here to set the septic tank after the rain. So we talked to the health department and we got them to okay drawings and pictures, and they said if we would send pictures and updates throughout the process and then put standpipes on the leach line so that they can come and inspect it on Monday, they're going to let us go ahead and get it in and get it covered up and move on with the process because of the situation, the time crunch, and the weather. But they're going to get this whole thing knocked out in one day. It's going to be a piece of cake for them. You know, we was talking about it, and here's the thing. It's like I can dig ditches and I can lay pipe. These are things that I can do, but this is something that, one, with the small equipment I've got, it'd be like a 2-week-long process. You got to dodge the weather and everything else. Everything's got to be good and level, and it's got to be just right. It's going to be inspected. And so for the money that I'd spend on fuel and everything else, man, it's best to just hire these guys that do it all the time, and they can knock it all out in one day and it's done, the headache's over. So I'm real satisfied with the work and the end product we're going to have here.
See, these pipes, it'd be hard to ever get them to where they were all just level.
Right. Oh, so, and you can spin that cap and move the hole around until they all
Come out
empty at the same
exact
time. I wondered how in the world you got all the pipes level.
There might be somebody good enough, but it ain't me. So yeah, we're gonna let it get real close, and then we'll slow the water down. We don't want a bunch of waves and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not even up
Right.
to that top at all.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all real close now.
Now we can just add a little bit of water and see. One of them starts before the other.
It's running to that one right there.
So we can turn it up just a tiny
Yeah.
little bit. Now it's running out
Yeah.
hard on that one. Not quite running on that one or this one.
Yeah. Well, they all, man, they're close.
That one's flowing, ain't it?
But, yeah,
Oh,
once
there,
once that surface tension breaks, then it takes off.
Then
The
this
metal
one-
one's going. It's going in that one too. I think you
I
got
think
it.
this is the last one though. It's
Yeah,
this
it
was
was.
a little bit before, then this one, then this
Yeah. Absolute whirlwind of work went on here the last couple of days. And today, we started today in the pitch dark with a couple of trees standing right there and none of this done. By the end of the day, we've got a septic tank in the ground, a distribution box about right there, and 3 big runs of septic leach lines. And they've got their standpipes, and what they explained to me they do with those standpipes is drop the transit down in it and check the level all the way down through there and make sure they're all the same height. And we pull those pipes out and, you know, dirt will fill in around it. And it's all good. So, septic is in, water is in. They're ahead of me because it's gonna be a while before I'm gonna need those two things. But it's nice to have that done. I don't look forward to getting the bill, but I will share with you the overall costs of all of these projects, because that's something that, you know, people kind of need to have an idea when they're going into this, if they want to do it themselves, if they want to hire somebody, and what they might expect to pay. Now, I will tell you, I get really good rates out of JD because he's efficient, he's got good workers, he has affordable equipment that he maintains, and, you know, he's not running brand new expensive equipment and paying somebody else to, you know, do everything that has to be done to him. And so he's able to operate in a way that it makes it affordable. So he's a great guy to work with, and you don't find that everywhere. But when you do, you need to take care of those people. Get them all the work you can, tell all your friends about it, because they need to stay busy. That's great. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, getting to learn a little bit about a septic system and see us make progress on our little dream house. Till next time, get outside and enjoy God's creation, because it's beautiful out here. Y'all have a good day.